Google announced a whole bunch of stuff at its keynote at Google I/O 2018, so there really wasn't a lot of time to go in depth into some of the new features they announced. Fortunately for us and for you, dear viewer, we were able to sit down with an executive who gave us a deeper preview into some of the new features coming to Maps later this summer. On the surface, these appear to be an amalgamation of Yelp listings and Facebook events, but there's a lot more than that and includes some AI and other technological trickery. So here's a deep dive on what to expect in the new Maps when it rolls out this summer. First off, there's a new tab called For You. It'll pull up a page full of recommendations based on your preferences. It'll also show you what's hip and happening in your neighborhood based on things like user ratings and recommendations from articles and websites. Since Google Maps has so much data on the places people visit or are searching for, it can also tell when a place is surging in popularity and will highlight it if it deems it relevant to you. Google also has a group of users that it names its foodies. You might not know this because it's not made known to even the users themselves. It's kind of Google's take on elite Yelpers. And what Google is going to do is monitor where these people are going, and if there's a spot that they're all flocking to out of nowhere, then Google will take note and recommend it to you in the new Maps. One new feature under For You is something called the My Score. If you've searched for new restaurants and couldn't decide between a 4.2 star rated place or a 4.3 rated one, this might be more useful to you. Google's algorithm uses your preferences, previous reviews and ratings, but also places you frequent to understand your taste. That means if you've opted into location tracking and you go to Serafina or say Don Giovanni's every week, Google will learn that you like Italian food even without you rating those places. You can also set in the app your preferences for things like healthy food or Greek food. Maps will then assign a higher My Score to places with cuisine or menu items similar to places you like. In our demo, I saw a list of restaurants with a general user rating out of 5 stars and a My Score out of 100. Some places on the list had lower star ratings but higher personal scores, which seems to indicate that you might prefer the lower rated option. Now, the Explore tab already sort of exists in the current Maps app, but it's getting a so-called aggressive redesign to feature more helpful things. This will help you better understand what's available in, say, your neighborhood or even a new city that you're trying to plan a visit for. And it'll show you, again, with that foodies group information, the trending restaurants, the popular places that are highly rated, but also events and activities in that area as well. And here's where things get a little more interesting. On these list pages, first of all, you have a progress bar that can show you how many of these places you've already visited. It's a little nice achievement recognition thing that's just a bit of fun. But more useful is the fact that you can actually, in the new Maps, long press one of these listings and add it to a list of places you're interested in considering. When you long press one of these lists, a little circular badge pops up at the side of the screen, very similar to the messenger icon on Android. And then when you're done bookmarking all the places you like, you can tap that badge and a list of your saved locations will show up. From this page, you can choose to share the list with a group of friends. And when you're planning where to go out on your next fun girls' night out, you can have your friends vote on places they prefer. In the list view, you can upvote or downvote, but you can also head on over to the Maps view, which shows you your proximity to each spot on the list, so you can decide based on that if, location is a huge factor for you. Another feature I was really stoked to see at the keynote was the AR navigation feature that can show you through your camera where you're supposed to turn next. Unfortunately, this isn't live yet, not in our demo, and it's not going to be live for a while, so too bad. But I'm already very excited to see all the new features coming to Maps later this summer. Seems like it's going to make exploring new neighborhoods or even my local area much easier and more fun. The good news is the new Maps will be rolling out to both Android and iOS, so no one will be left out of the fun when it does launch later this year. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for all of your news out of Google I/O 2018.